Well, is there, let me just ask you this, is there a certain part that you, like, you want help with, or you have questions about?
I guess the part that I'm struggling most with is like this runs right here.
Okay, okay. So let's talk a little bit about your plan in learning this and practicing it. So do you want to, why don't you kind of tell me what you've done to work on it so far?
I put the net to it a lot.
Okay.
Just trying to keep the time doing more sound.
Okay, okay, good, yeah. Whenever I have, so this is mostly what I do. If Dr. Benson disagrees, then just go with him, okay? If I have an odd number of notes in a run, then I usually, like for example in this, we have a lot of 7-note runs, so I'll divide those 3 and then 4. Is that what you've been doing, or had you really thought about it?
I didn't really think about it like that.
Okay. Just try to, yeah, I do better if I have an exact plan of how I'm going to actually get that out. So, do you want to start, I know this is kind of, how about, why don't you take, is that okay? I know that's sort of weird, and I'll grab my flute. Yeah, and what kind of flute do you play?
A Zuni.
Oh, okay. Is it an Azumi 3?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay, okay. I really like those flutes. They're great flutes. So, okay. Well, good. Hang on, let me get to my page here. Okay, I am ready. Because here's what's really fun. We've got to get all those notes in, and we don't want to kind of just gloss over them. So let me ask you this too. What key are we in?
D major.
Good, okay. And so do you currently play your D major scale like 3 octaves? No, okay. Well, I bet that Dr. Benson wants you to do that, doesn't he? Okay, and and why do we want to? Why do we want to do that? What's the point of it? So if you can play up to D or even E flat, then that makes all the other notes easier, right? That's my thinking about it. So I'd like to just practice. Let's just practice this part. Can you start there and just go down to the C sharp and make sure we get good. Okay, bravo. And what else would help generically when we're playing fast? Should we keep our fingers closer or lift them higher? Closer, yes, I think you could keep them closer. So could we try that? Again, going down. I lost my place here. There, yes. And make sure we get every note. Good. Was that better? It was better, yes, absolutely. Good. Okay, let's see if we can get this. So I know you said you were just kind of playing it. Here, of course, I'm thinking 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and ba da 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 da. Or you can think ba da 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 da. Does that make sense? Like here, you can either think 8th notes, or you can think that it's a triplet and you're playing. Do it that way once. Go. Tongue each one. Yes, good. Okay, let's practice this one. Same idea. So you have it grouped that way, and I think you can do that, or you can have it thinking like a triplet. Do you want to try that one, tongue, for me? runs with different rhythms. Do you know what I mean by that? So what's a rhythm that we could do? Okay, yes, this is my mechanical engineer husband that's heard me practice a lot. But we could do dotted 8/16. So let's try that, and let's see if we can go. Usually I try smaller segments, but start on that A and break the ties, just tongue everything. And really exaggerate it. So give that a try. Good, and maybe let's go a little slower. I like to tongue when I'm working on a run so I can make sure I get every single note. So we're just practicing, so go a little bit slower. And do you want this a little higher? Okay, there you go. Yeah, let's get it where it's comfortable. So yeah, from that A again. Good, okay. Now we're going to reverse it, and that one feels kind of weird. So this one will be. So it's short, long, short, long. So try that, and don't go as fast as I should have gone slower. So try that from the A. So go. Ba, ba. Yes. Ba, 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 ba. Now I'm going to do an 8th note and 2 16th notes. Okay, so let me try to demonstrate from that A. Does that make, and I didn't do all of it, but so think 8th note and then 2 16ths. Good, so do the A. Just do that much, so go. Good. It feels weird because we're not where we would normally be. Okay, now let's go from that D. So go. Do that much from the low D. Bravo, yes. Okay, now let's reverse that. So we'll do 2 16th notes and an 8th note. And this time I won't interrupt you, I'll let you do the whole thing. Okay, but go slow. So from the A again. Let's see. The other thing I forgot to say is what happens when we go in the low register when we play the flute? It gets quieter. So even though it doesn't say to crescendo, when I go down, I try to crescendo to fight the tendency of the flute. Good, so go from that A again, and now you're doing. So give that a try. Good. Okay, one more time. Go from the A. And you can go a little slow. Let's try to get every note. So, yum, dum, good. Okay. How about go from the C sharp again? Land. Good. let's do one more thing. Most of this is you're thinking in. Actually, let's make them all triplets. Okay, so from that A again, think. And go slow. You have time to process that. Crescendo as we go down. Yes, bravo. Okay, now without the stringendo, let's go a little slower and see if we can hear every single note. Okay, how about play the A and then take a breath and something. So that's your quarter note. Okay. One and two E and one and two and three and one and da 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 da. Okay, was that better? Okay, you guys don't seem convinced. I think it was 1,000 times better. But we took a little time to break all that up. That was great. So, I've been reading this book about how to practice and how to get better. And the book, it starts off and it says, do you like to just like play the piece from top to bottom and we kind of gloss over the parts we don't know so well? So one of the things I do is like, I know you know that, and it's amazing. So I just go right to what I can't play. Okay, bravo. Why don't we go? Let's get into. Well, how about this? Go ahead and just start on that. Take a breath, and then we'll get into this. And don't go any faster than you can really play it clear. Can I teach you a trick? Okay, so just all you flute players, I just want to make sure, because I don't know at what point in my life I learned this, but it really made a lot of sense. So the C to D trill in the staff. Okay, what do we finger C, and then what trill key do we use? First trill key. Okay, then up an octave, we finger C and we use second trill key. Okay, so I think that would be a lot easier. Now it's going to take you a second to get used to it. So let's practice that. So do you see what I'm doing? Okay, try that really slow on the D. Good, and then this one, you'll do the first trill key. Okay, now, one other thing that my students really don't like me when I mention this, but actually, let me see your foot for a minute. Okay, she has a C sharp trill key too. Okay, so I want all you flute players to hold up your right hand index finger. Okay, now that one is for this key here, right? Okay, this finger is for the first trill key, and our ring finger, the weakest finger, is for the second trill key, right? Does everybody know that? So ideally, if we do the C to D in the lower octave, we don't want to use this fingering, right? We want to use that one. Do you guys agree? Or logically it makes sense? Okay. Okay, so will you try that for me too? Okay, so let's just practice the two trills. How about that? Can we do that one first? So just go from there. Oh, and do, so the higher one. Does anybody have a pencil handy that we could borrow? Okay. I like to write stuff in because I kind of forget if I don't. I need that visual aid here. Okay. Thank you, Joseph. Okay. Okay, so this one, so the one first tricky. Oops, does that make sense? And then that one is second tricky. So how about let's do that whole measure in slow motion. And then I think we better stop. I know we didn't do a lot, but I hope I've given you some practice ideas. Okay, great. Good. Go ahead there. Now, eventually, will that be quicker? Yeah, that'll save you a lot of time. So let's just review kind of what we talked about. We want to make sure we hear every note in a run. So what were some of the things that I made you do?
Play these in different rhythms.
Okay.
And slow it down.
And slow it down, yes. And we even did some of them, just a chunk of it. And then what about when we're getting lower on the flute?
Crescendo.
Crescendo, yeah. Even if it says pianissimo, crescendo to fight. You sound amazing for a freshman, but amazing anyway. Congratulations. Bravo. Good job. Thank you. Okay, and Sage. So Sage, I want to confess something to you, okay? I don't know this piece, so I hope I will be helpful to you. And so tell us, I know they know who you are, but tell us about you a little bit.
So I am a junior, and I am a music education major.
Great. And so you're into all those, like, are you taking the music history stuff now?
I've taken music history. I'm doing a lot of practicum stuff.
Okay, so when do you student teach?
Hopefully next spring.
Okay, okay. Great, great. Okay, I'm gonna kind of get a little bit close to you if that's okay.
That's absolutely
Okay. I know people, I don't want to be too much in your personal space, but good, okay. Why don't you just start at the beginning?
A little, yeah.
Okay, okay. Even though I told you I have never played this piece. But you sound good. I know, one thing I remember Dr. Benson saying when he came to my school is that you're the articulation master, or what was the word? Policeman, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I generally think, and Dr. Benson, I would love to know what you think. I feel like if we have a repeated note, we have to hit the second note a little harder just to make sure it comes out.
What do you think, kids?
They've never heard that before, right?
I just like repeated notes to go somewhere.
Yes.
To do something.
Do something, yes. Good, now that you're a little bit more relaxed, okay, can I ask you generically, like when you're thinking about your airstream,
Mm-hmm.
do you think of it as, and generically first, and then we can talk about
Okay.
loud and soft, but like where do you kind of aim?
Well, I've been told that I aim like too far across.
Okay.
And I don't blow into it enough. And so that's
sort of what I heard a little bit, and I felt like we could get you a little bit more focused sound.
okay.
So let's just do the first line again, and I'm just going to kind of feel like where your airstream is, if that's okay.
Okay.
too, you know, everybody has a different lip size and space here, but I think maybe try to get the flute a little bit more up under the bottom lip, so you have a little bit more flexibility. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna try to think, and also this is really, I mean, it's mezzo piano too.
Yeah.
So boy, that's fun, isn't it? Okay, so how about when we take a breath? This was also a revelation to me. I played for somebody and she said, well, you're not expanding in your back at all. And like she goes over and pokes my back. But do you think about, like, I always thought just in here, but also we want to think, so I think we can get a bigger breath, but then we have to conserve it. So
Okay.
I will attempt. Okay, here, let me get closer here. And I think that one should be a little bit quicker, right?
Okay.
Because, I mean, we have two 30-second notes and then a dotted 8. So if you haven't done it, I would practice. In fact, do that for me once. Go. Go. Ba, da, 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 da. Yes. Okay, now go. Yes, yes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I do that to make sure I'm like getting the exact right rhythm. So good. Okay. So let's start this again. And I want you to take a really big, and the thing is, you take the, I'm still holding it right, but you take the expansive breath and you get set and that's probably a little slow, but good. And think maybe a little more. Okay, good. Does anybody have a metronome?
I do.
You do? Oh, okay, good. Okay, let's put it on 72 for a minute. And of course, I don't know the piano accompaniment. When you're listening and practicing, are you also looking at the piano accompaniment? No. Okay. So that's okay. Thank you for being honest too. And that's not something that I did a lot of, but why would it be important to know what's going on in the piano score? Yeah, and I even, when I have a long note, like her second note it's a quarter note tied to a dotted half, I even write like the rhythm above. I just went to the Mid-South Flute Festival, and Mary Ann Gadigian was the guest artist, and it was really fun. Now, I wouldn't do this, okay, but she's like, when I learn a new piece, I hide the flute part so I can only look off of the piano part so you can be seeing it and thinking it. But, okay, so let's get this going for a second. Okay. Yeah, so we were both a little bit slow. Okay, go. But give yourself time. Better? Okay, good. Now, let's keep going. I'm gonna be mean, keep the metronome on.
It's okay.
Okay, just make sure, let's see. I lost the pulse a little bit the first time, and I know you were nervous.
Right.
So, let's go there. Good. Okay, one more time. I really want to hear that about one more time there? And I'm going to just touch your foot for a second. And so kind of try to think that way. Okay. Okay, great. Can I be really mean for a minute? Yeah. Okay. Can you put this where we can hear the eighth notes? Okay, good. Let's just do, how about the third line?
Okay.
And I know this is going to be weird. I want you to tongue everything and break tops for a second.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to go a little slow? Let's go a little slower while we're doing all that. Like make it 65-ish. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Ta, 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 ta. Oh, okay. So I need to put a line over that.
Okay.
Are you able to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't have to, but if I gotta have some clue to help me out here. Yeah, and that one. You got that one great because you wrote something in, but then you cheated that one a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. How about let's do that third line again?
Okay.
And don't worry about, well, you can if you want. 1 and 2, ta, ta, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and ta, 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 1 and 2 and 3. Good. So I know it says, and if you guys are gonna go a little faster, that's okay. You can stop that for me. I would, so maybe some people don't agree with this, but when I have a cadenza or something, I always try to learn something in rhythm first, and then I can play with it and exaggerate. But, and I don't know what you and your pianist have decided to. So, but I just felt like you wanted to cheat that a little bit. Can you, that measure, could you just do, sorry. Just hum it for me.
Okay.
And 1 and 2 and 3 and good. Let's do that measure as written, same speed. So 3 and 4. That's okay. You're fine. One more time. Ta, 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 yeah. That was more exciting. Can you do it one more time and try to get all those accents too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There we go. 3 and 4 and ta, ta, yeah. Was that more exciting? They're all nodding. Yes. See, they love and support you. Good. Okay, let's go. Why don't we go there? And I know we're just a couple more minutes, right? Okay. Something that, so I'll just tell you guys this. I have my doctorate, like Dr. Benson, but I felt like my master's degree and my doctorate, well, and the undergrad, because mine's in music ed, so I had to take a million classes. But I just felt like I had a lot of scholarly academic work, and I really wanted to focus more on my flute playing. And so I decided, I auditioned, and I'm actually doing the artist diploma in flute at the University of Memphis. And so mostly we do it virtually, but that's kind of how Joseph and I came to play together, because I had to take 2 credits of chamber music. And so we've been coached and we've played for the professor, and it's been fun. But one of the things her and I've been experimenting with is when you play in the low register to try to get a more focused sound, like to a couple things. But we've been experimenting with keeping your back teeth a little bit closer when you're playing really low, and trying to have a really small aperture. So that part, right?
Mhm.
Do you want to try this part in here? Ooh, now don't cheat that corner. Let's put a line over that one too.
I just really like the cheat quarter notes.
You do. So the other thing I like, I'm trying to, on my music, you'll find I'll put lots of T's to tongue because
Yeah.
sometimes I forget, and so I think don't forget to tongue that low D.
Okay.
Good. Go there one more time. One and two. Oh, okay. Now
No, it's too.
we want to. Yeah. So let's go right there, and we're going to get it exactly right this time. How about 3 and 4 and 1? Oh, sorry. And let's just go there on the
Okay.
B flat. Just read my mind. Sorry. Okay, here we go. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. And so I think we want to. I want you to make the tonguing ugly once.
Okay.
Just to exaggerate. Okay, here we go. 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1. Ta, good accent. 1 and 2 and 3 and ta, ta. Was that better? Yeah, bravo, great job. Okay, let's stop there, but thank you. Good job, yeah. I think you just want to be, like Dr. Benson said, that articulation police, yes. Because the other thing is, we have to really overdo it for anybody to hear anything.
Yeah.
You know, you think you're doing it, and can I just tell you, when you go record yourself and listen, oh my God, how depressing is that? So after you get over that, and then you can listen critically. And I don't, when I'm having trouble with something, I don't record too much at a time, because that's overwhelming too. So little chunks, and just make sure you're right on that rhythm. Okay, bravo, good job. Okay, so I want to tell you guys, this past summer, I got to do one of my dreams that I've always wanted to do. My father was in the military, and kindergarten, first, and second grade, I lived on the Ramstein Air Force Base, and I actually had parents, my grandfather was Swiss, and so I had great aunts and uncles that lived in Switzerland, and so we would go there to visit, and I didn't think anything of it. But anyway, last summer, I really wanted to go to the James Galway class, because is he 85 now? Okay. And so I'm super excited. I got accepted. I didn't get to play for Sir James, but I played for Lady Jeannie, and I played this piece. And it was funny because she said that one time Sir James did a class in Japan, and every single student played this piece. And so he knew what he was going to say because they all studied with the same teacher. But she said every time somebody plays that, that's what she thinks of. So anyway, okay. And so tell me about you, like what year are you and all that good stuff.
Okay, my name is Olivia, and I'm a sophomore here at JSU, and
Okay.
I am a music education major.
Okay, great. And had you had lessons before?
I had, yes.
Okay. Who did you study with?
I actually studied with Dr. Benson,
Oh,
and then I also studied with Dr. Andrew Burnett at South Alabama.
okay, great, bravo. Okay. And so how much of this do you want to do?
Could we focus on like the first page?
Yes, absolutely. So, okay, yeah, okay, so let's set the mood. I am super guilty, and I think it's because we start mostly playing the flute in band, right? And so we tend to beat a little bit with the music. And so I would love if we could get, and I have to work on this, but I'd love a little more like forward and backwards and not so much, because I feel like on every gesture you want to do something.
Yeah.
Have you ever been told that?
Sometimes.
Okay. Okay. Good. But I loved this. And down here, okay, we have like a loud and then a soft and a loud. So to help with this image, one thing that one of my teachers said to me on this part was, he said, big dog, little dog. And I'm a dog person, so that related to me. Let's just do that part and think of that. And I think everything sounds good. Just keep trying to think like a little smaller and maybe teeth closer together on the logo. So how about just try that? And we really want to hear big dog. Good. Okay, now I'm gonna push you here a little bit. Okay, so I want you to try to kind of come back, and then let's go forward on the first two, and then let's come back a little bit with our flute on the next two. So you'll go. That wasn't very. Let me do that again. Then you can come back. Have you ever done that before? Okay. I've had other teachers like, and you wouldn't play this way, but they would have me stand like with my back against the wall, so I wouldn't move too much, because I have to write that in my music. Don't beat. Don't move to the beat. But go one more time and think back a little bit, and then you're gonna come forward. I know that'll feel, so go slower so you have time to think. And we still want the big dog, little dog too. Good, and I know that feels really, really weird, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, can you guys, are you less focused on her movement when she doesn't move as much, or did you notice it at all?
Like she was moving a little bit less.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, she was definitely moving. It feels weird when you try to like contain that, but bravo, yes. Okay, let's move from that. So I would do the same thing that I was trying to get. Is it Blakey? Blakely. Okay, it just looks, the spelling is not how I want to say. Okay. So I would love if we can make sure. And here I do think ba-da-dee-da-da-da-dum, ba-da-dee-da-da-da-dum. Try that in slow motion once, and you can play the D if you want to go. And kind of pulse it. Good, okay. Now, how about, well, okay, go back to, so I think of this as, I mean, we get into the dance part there. You want to go there? Is that okay? Yeah. And when you get to that part, I want you to think, okay, we really want to hear every note.
So right here?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Did you hear every note better that time? Were you a little bit nervous when you started the first time?
Yes.
Okay, okay, yeah. It was very, very good.
She's been playing this for 2 weeks.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm very, very impressed. And have you played the Iber?
No, I have not.
Okay, so I can't think of her name, but I found this really neat article. She does a lot of stuff on the internet and has lots of articles, but she compared the Boza Image and the Iber Pièce, and it was a really good. You should look that up. But okay, good. Let's do. Can we do the beginning one more time? One of the things that Lady Jeannie said to me was, and how many do you think on that one?
I'm honestly not really thinking.
Okay, I would kind of have a plan. Like, are you gonna hold it like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, Lady Jeannie commented, and I noticed I did it and I love it, but don't be late on that one. So, yeah, I like to put little hash marks just so I know, am I gonna hold it 3 counts or 4 counts or, so let's do it again. I'm gonna say, go ahead and hold this one 3, and then that one 2. Does that kind of make sense? Okay,
Yes.
good. Do that again. And we're gonna try not to move too much. How about a little more on each one? And what chord, like, are the downbeats? So E,
Yes.
then G, and B. So E, G, B, what triad is that? E minor, yeah. So think of that too, and that I think that'll help, that we really hear the first note. Could you do that part one more time and then go on? And the other thing I'm working on is like here, we have the fermata. Just wait. Wait long enough that it feels uncomfortable and then go on, which is, I had to think about that in some of the stuff that we played. So, okay, I'll be quiet and we're going to bring out the triad. Good. One more. I really want to hear before you. Okay, one more time. Good. Okay. Maybe go just a smidge slower, especially now that I know you've only played it for 2 weeks. And can you try to bring out the accents just a little bit more? How about, do you want to just take that, like after that E, right? Okay. Go slower. It would be great if you didn't have to breathe, and you're going slower, so that may.
Yeah.
Okay. How about? Well, okay. Go here and just break that slur, and then we probably have to stop pretty soon. But good. Yeah. How about there one more time? And do you kind of see? We have the B flat A, and then we have. I know they don't have lines, but G sharp, G. Are you thinking about that too?
Like the chromatic down.
Yeah. I mean, your skeleton notes. That's the word I'm thinking of. Obviously those two really makes, but I would try to bring those out too. So I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to let you do this. And if you want to go a little fast, and then take a that's a BB, big breath. Big breath. Take a big honking breath there so you can make it, and then, okay, go ahead. bravo. I'm very impressed. Yeah, great job. Yeah, wonderful. That's one of my favorite. I always feel like that piece is I've had good luck with that piece. That's one of my favorite pieces. So, do you have any questions for me? Do you feel like you learned anything? Okay. And did I say some of the same things that Dr. Benson says? That's always what we want as teachers, right?
It's magical.
It is. Well, and you know, it's funny because I know when you came and you said things to my students, and it's like, yeah, you've heard that before, so. But thank you guys so much. This is really,
They're pretty good students.
yeah. So I have a student that I would really love her to come to Shorter, but she's, since like 7th grade, she's had her heart set on coming here. Her name is Hannah Stocker, and she's really excited, and so she contacted me and she said, I need to get ready for my lessons with Dr. Benson, and so we're working on Moise tone studies and Tafanel and Gobert and scales and triads and 7th chord, so hopefully she'll be up to snuff.
We'll love her.
Yes, yes.
We'll love her.
Yeah,
Part of our family.
she's a lot of fun, and she came here for, is it Spirit Leadership Camp, like drum major camp?
They have
Yeah, yeah, and then she was really excited. She sent me a text the other day, and she said, did you know that Dr. Benson is in Alabama Winds? And I said, yes, I did. She was, because, did you guys play in Chattanooga recently, or? Okay, yes, so she went to that. She was super excited.
Well, we'll welcome her here.
Yes,
We'll have some good colleagues.
and we're starting piano, so she can get ahead on that.
Yeah, this is great. Dr. Ford, thank you so much for coming and being with us today.
Thank you,
You're already
guys.
sending me messages. I want to play that piece. I want to play that.
That's good, that's good.
The great comments and the great lessons. You all played so good.
Well, you know, I always say, I have not done, I don't do, like, you go a lot of places and do a lot of classes, and I haven't gotten to do that as much. And I always feel nervous because it's different when it's not your own student, but like when I go and work